Hello Newcastle fans TV, welcome back. Welcome me back actually. I'm back in sunny England. Got the holiday blues. So first of all, we're here to talk about obviously the deadline day. What happened, what hasn't happened, more or less. A little bit on QPR as well. So we'll talk about the QPR fixture as well. But first things first, yeah, I had a great time in Tenerife. If you're wondering why there hasn't been many videos, is obviously I had my mobile stolen on the very first night, and so did my mate as well. So we've been struggling with devices to get content out for you. At the moment I'm using a tablet, so I've got to go and buy a mobile in the morning, Wednesday mornings, in the Metro Centre. But never mind that, great holiday. Keep an eye out if you subscribe to my second channel, link will be in the description below. Obviously I'm doing a documentary on Tenerife as well, like a Mickey take one. But we're here to talk about deadline day. Let's begin then. So let's start with Check Toyota. Is this deal going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Now the Chinese transfer window is open till February the 28th, and I think also you've got a couple of like the Qatar and Saudi Arabia transfer windows, I believe, could still be open. So this one might rumble along with Czech Toyota. We know that he's heading out the door sooner rather than later, but we seem to see that every window nowadays, don't we? Get him off the books. I mean, maybe use him till the end of the season, perhaps now, if he doesn't get him a move. I'm not too concerned about Czech Toyota. We are lacking in centre midfielders at the club big time, and it's a shame that we didn't bring anybody in. Let me know what you think about Czech Toyota. Tim Krul, another one who's he actually done a move today. He's went from the Ajax loan to AZ Alkmaar loan. He wasn't getting any game time at Ajax when he come back from his injury, which was in late October, early November it was. And you thought you'd then kick on, play a few under 23s for the Ajax and then kick on the first team, but that never materialised, so not getting any first team football. Rafa's already hinted on that he wants to keep Tim Krul out on loan to play first team, because there's no point having four first team goalkeepers in one aspect, because that's what we've got if Tim Krul had come back. Keep him out on loan makes sense too. See, we'll look at that again in the summer. I'm a little bit disappointed on Tim Krul, I'm not going to lie, because I think he's better than some other goalkeepers at the club. But the other two, Modo Barrow, was it going to happen? Was it not going to happen? It kind of was like, when I seen he went to Leeds on loan, I was like scratching my head thinking, how have Newcastle missed out there when Newcastle never really in for him? It puzzles me, it really puzzles me, because I think he would have been great on the right flank as an alternative to Richie. Someone who can, basically, because I think Modo Barrow is very similar to Christian Atsu. Very direct, very pacey, he'll just run at you. Richie's obviously, as we know, quality a lot more different and cuts in. But a little bit disappointed on that one. Obviously the big ones are just Townsend, isn't it, of course. So, yeah, I mean, at some point it looked like it was going to happen, because I kept falling asleep, because obviously I look like rubbish, I look like crap. I just kept falling asleep, waking up an hour and a half later, falling asleep all day, and it was one point it was on, one point it wasn't, then it wasn't, and then he was in the match day squad, he come off the bench, got an assist for Benteke, it wasn't happening. So I think in realistic terms, though, this squad that Newcastle have is good enough to go up. I said about 10 days ago, when me and Will were outside St James's Park, I said if Sammy Amiobi stays at the club, you'll not see Newcastle bring in another winger, and I've been proved right again. I think Amiobi's alright as an alternative off the bench. Remember, we've got the African Cup of Nations players coming back into the side as well. Obviously the QPR game is too quick, but you've got those guys coming back as well, and you've obviously Gale returning from injury. Rolando Aaron should be in the next 2.5 months. So it's not too bad. Yes, I'm disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm fed up. I think I'm just fed up from returning from holiday and what's happened. But we'll talk about QPR now. So yeah, I mean the defeated Oxford, when I seen that, when I was in Tenerife, I was thinking, that's appalling. That is an appalling. The lineup as well. Seeing Curtis Good and out of the blue starting first game in like 3 years or something. Newcastle's under 23 side, and a lot of the reserves are not good enough. As my cat comes in the room, so they're literally not good enough. But we're out there FA Cup now, forget about it. We'll concentrate on the league. We know that Reading have won as well tonight, so although we've got 2 games in hand, they're what, 3 points behind us now. So will QPR beat the game. I'm going to buy a mobile in the morning. Hopefully get fan cams on the go, and as I mentioned, I'm a little bit all over the place, but QPR, you would expect that would be QPR, wouldn't you? You would think that. You'll have first team players back. QPR at home, they're struggling. They're like 2/3 of the way down the league. I'm going to go for 3-0 win for Newcastle to bounce back. Yes, the questions and the media will start throwing questions at Rafa. Is he in charge of the transfers? Was the board doing enough with Crystal Palace being funny with this loan instalment that they owed us for Townsend when we sold him? It's a lot of things going on. That's all that's in my mind at the minute, the transfers. But QPR, can't wait, get back to life, get back to reality tomorrow. And obviously we'll get back to videos going as well. We've got obviously the podcast, we need to do the podcast as well. And obviously the website launch is coming up shortly as well. And obviously there'll be the daily videos back with a lot more graphics than just a basic video, because I'm recording, as I mentioned, off a tablet. But thank you very much for watching. Thanks for understanding. And we'll see you later.